Village's car a bit smoky there on pole. Anyway, the red lights go out, and away they go. There's another car that's Slatter was away slowly, but he's got going, and the one car that has the delayed start will go in 10 seconds. But Village leads then into paddock. Graham Wilson reclaims second away from Ben Bolt there through Paddock Hill Bend. And then they will climb the hill. The Dyson's making good progress. Greg Catton there. 26 coming up the inside is Mike Whitby in the Centaur. Mike, who's in his late 70s.
Amazing, isn't it? And you got the Dyson Sports Racer looking very distinctive in this field, and one of the sevens coming through strongly as well.
There's Fruston. So he had good pace earlier, had a spin and fought back to third. It was Ben Bolt he had that incident with. Ben and his Village is way out in front. He's already at clearways. The rest were at 30s there. There is the gap. It's absolutely enormous, the gap between first and second.
One thing John Village has never forgotten is how to start and how to do all that work on the first lap. He's a long way ahead of the next three who are disputing second place. John Village, three abreast, the chasers.
And Fruston's got to the front of the group. He's now aware, I guess, of Fruston's pace is John Village, so realising he wants to get away early. But he's up to second now, Fruston. What can he do in the HCS then? Lyndon Fruston, the driver from Worcestershire, the coordinator of the championship in this 1969 HCS. But he's under threat from Jörg Schneider, who's running well. The driver who travels from Switzerland for these one-day meetings that Historic 750 Formula have. Great commitment to the cause. There he is, 65, Jörg Schneider, Marcus.
And the Arthur JSG. He's building a Monoposto Austin special as well. He's that much of an enthusiast, really good engineer too. And he's going after Fruston. Really
is, and pulling clear of Graham Wilson and Ben Bolt.
5.5 seconds. Village's advantage after one lap was quite something. I think our picture froze for a moment there, but it's all back. I have to say.
The Dyson of Catton, it started 15th with 6th by the end of the first lap. So that went really well for Greg from Bury St Edmunds, who has done a bit of catering racing in the past. This will be a bit different. Former rally driver too. And he's got past Graham Wilson. He's up to 4th now, Greg Catton.
Yeah, he's carrying some speed up there as well. Interesting to see the rear suspension at work on that. And there is Jörg Schneider coming back up the outside of Fruston into the hairpin.
These two were a second a lap quicker than John Village. The gap down to 4.2 seconds. So in the fours there was Fruston, like he was earlier, 1 minute 4.7. A long way away from the lap record, which dates back a long time for whatever reason. They're not on those sort of times, but it doesn't really matter when everyone's close together like we've got in this battle here. Fruston and Schneider. They're 3 seconds ahead of Catton. Best of the Austin 7s is James Miles in his supercharged car. And then the standard 7s, Class A cars, Nick Hayward-Cook is 13th. But Jörg Schneider's not letting Lyndon Fruston get away. He's looking up the inside into Paddock Hill Bend. He sets the fastest lap now in the 4s too. Quicker again than John Village. A 1 minute 4.410 Schneider with the aimshop.com fastest lap. And he goes ahead of Lyndon Fruston into Paddock. This is a great effort. And earlier Jörg was saying how everybody else had worked on their car over the winter and it just left it as it is. But this is potentially the best performance we've seen from him, Marcus.
It's brilliant. Yeah, he drove very well at Mallory Park last year, which is when I first met him. But he comes over, he's done Cadwell, I think, before now. And a massive enthusiast.
There's Simon Gallen from the back of the grid. He's already into the top 10. He's now the lead in Austin 7. Great progress once more. He's in the 1 minute 7s, which is quicker than 3 or 4 ahead of him. There's plenty of battles out there on the racetrack. Great to see. And most of the cars got out as well after a few issues earlier.
And then you've got Lyndon Fruston trying to tuck in behind Schneider. Get a little bit of a tow. What's he done as a result of that? He's done a PB at 104.6. But Catton has done the fastest lap of the race now, 104.205.
Yep, half a second quicker than John Village, who's also in the 4s. There he is, Village, a gap coming down. It's 3.8 seconds, but the top 4 all lapping extremely quickly. And Wilson and Slatter in the 5s, so not too far away. There is the fourth place car, the 1964 Dyson Type 64. Apparently 5 of these were made, the Dysons.
Yes, I only saw one in period, and that was the one that Angelo Farina had later, which was known as a Farina Dyson, strangely enough.
I suspect it was the Arthur. Is that 101? Is that a unique car?
I think so, yeah.
So that's going well. Schneider in second. John Village is where in race 1 he set that quick time, then sort of backed off. He can't afford to do that today. Here the Austin 7 battle, a little bit further back, including 85, which is John Moss.
Village PB, Schneider in the 3s.
And is Catton, who's even quicker. 103.350, lead gap down to 3 seconds. I'm not sure if John's going to have this so easy. He may well get caught at this rate.
That's why he had to make that break, had to scarper at the beginning. And Slatter through up into the top 6 now. He's come up well.
Another Austin 7 battle here, out of clearaways, 3 of them involved. And 11, that's James Miles, who's from West Sussex in this 1936 Austin 7 Monoposto, which has got a 750 side valve supercharged engine, which he built in the last decade. There, behind him, it's the Class A leader, Nick Hayward-Cook, who is dicing away with Mike Pickup for the class lead here for the 2 non-supercharged cars. And they're right behind James Miles for 13th overall. Round the outside comes Pickup, and he goes right round the outside to grab the class lead and move ahead of Nick Hayward-Cook, and that all happened up at Druids. Lead gap down to 2.3 seconds. Village did a personal best, but he cannot have the pace of Schneider behind, so that we are going to have a lead tussle in the second half.
I wonder if that sort of slightly smoky look on the line as he left was indicative of 1 or 2 issues with the Climax engined Village V2.
Austin 7 battle continues, but let's have a look at this group of cars side by side. There in that is Richard Pryor, who's I think won these races before. He has just got past Samuel Bayliss for what is 8th position. That happened at Druids. Ben Bolt just ahead. Simon Gallen just behind, who's caught them from that 10-second delay. They've got Tim Miles to lap there, driver from West Sussex.
Village PB deep into the 3s.
And for the first time, he was quicker than Schneider on that lap. Catton third. He's got past Fruston, whose pace is not staying as high as it was. Here's Simon Gallen in that Monoposto, trying to draw alongside Samuel Bayliss for 9th, up across the line. Similar straight line speed, despite being very different cars.
Yeah, Gallen up behind Bayliss and Bolt, and there's nothing much between the 3 of them. In fact, Gallen 6 flat is his best lap of that trio. Caught Bolt.
And he's now got ahead of Samuel Bayliss.
Yep.
Into 9th. Great to see these Monoposto Austin 7s. Good looking cars.
It's a very, very pretty, well proportioned car.
I guess it's a similar sort of shape to an ERA or similar, but a lot smaller.
3.3 first to second. Catton is only 4/10 now.
Look at the traffic John
behind.
Village has got coming up to the hairpin. There's 4 of them.
And there's Catton in the background attacking Jörg Schneider.
Big lock up from Catton as Schneider took the line. Down towards Graham Hill Bend. They've got to deal with the traffic John Village has been passing. He's almost cleared them all. I think there's about 5 cars in this group, which includes the Class A leaders Mike Pickup and Nick Hayward-Cook, and they're free abreast here, which is going to get tricky.
Yeah, I think Schneider got slightly the better of it because Catton's still stuck behind one of the Monoposto Austins.
I think the driver's very aware here that sort of the danger involved with some of these cars.
The Austin in the background came precious close to the curbs, but Catton's got his boot back in now and is charging back after Schneider. And here they come, moving out of the way. It's the 87 car which is one of the Bayliss team.
Yeah, Luigi. Into paddock then, about of a second, a little bit further away from John Village. Now again a good run through paddock from Catton, like a lap ago. He looks to the inside. We've still got 5 minutes of the race. A third of the race to go. Time still for a lot to happen here. And reliability and keeping the speed up throughout the duration may come into this. Because we don't always get sort of 15 minutes of flat out racing in historic 750. Up towards 30s. Might pick up, I presume it's Mike, it's due to be him out there.
I think it's Mike in this one and Hugo in the first one.
Hugo tends to be the quicker, but if it's Mike, he's going well.
A little look up the inside at Clearways from Greg Catton, but needs to concentrate on the exit of that twiddly bit of the circuit as Schneider carves his way through lap traffic.
Yep, up the inside, and the gap's come down.
Come down again, hasn't it, dramatically?
Yeah, 2 seconds quicker on that lap, Schneider. That could be traffic induced. So 2.8 seconds the margin. There's John Village. He's got another car to pass, which is Mike Whitby, who was so quick on the first lap, but has dropped to 12th. So Schneider can see Village. He said, "There's no way I can go as quick as John," when we spoke to him earlier on. But he has gone as quickly. He's actually gone quicker than John Village in this race.
But Catton's gone quicker still. Pryor has also been in the 3s earlier in the race.
Yeah, he started near the back, I think.
In the 27, yes, he's up ahead of... yeah, he didn't run the first race. He was the guy in the yellow car that came through the pit lane.
He has won races before, I think, Richard Pryor. Either in a new colour scheme or in a new car. It's the NC. So about of a second.
And they're getting closer, aren't they? They can see the white Village up ahead.
There's still 3 laps. So 2.8 seconds becomes 1.9. Another second caught in the 3s. Pretty consistently Schneider and Catton here when there's not traffic around. Which is a hot pace in these cars that are, what, 50, 60 years old. Into the hairpin at Druids. Harking back to the early days of 750 Motor Club racing, where more often than not 750 Motor Club races were on other meetings rather than running their own events like we see now.
Oh, a spinner on the edge of the track there.
That Ben Bolt again.
I think it could well be. It looks like that roll cage of the Centaur.
This isn't what we want for a grandstand finish. That which may be cropping up here, but those yellow flags at Clearways is a problem. John Village is making his way to the line. About of a second is closer to him again. With if we can get to the end, 2 more laps, but we're not going to get there. Red flags, I'm afraid. Real shame, because that was the gap had come down to a second. But how important was lap 1 for John Village? That's where the race was won. Was it 5 seconds he had pulled out on that first lap?
5.558, I think you'll find.
So if he didn't do that, well, we would probably had a even more interesting race than we got, and whether he would have been able to hang on would have been another thing. But
saved by the flag, I think. Well, at least saved from a fight by the flag.
We've had plenty of really good racing this weekend, Marcus. It's going to be hard to fit into 1,000 words.
Yeah, tell me about it. Another late night.
But yeah, great racing we've had over the course of the weekend.
It's going to be hard to fit into 450 for Motorsport News.
That's absolutely right.
That really is going to be a challenge.
It's always great to be here with the 750 Motor Club. We haven't really had any bad races, I don't think. We've always had something to talk about throughout the weekend. We've had our weather challenges, but we've got through those without too much of a problem. And we've had lots of very pleased drivers, very happy drivers after their first weekend of racing as well. And more of that in 6 days' time at Thruxton, a free admission day to spectators as well.
Yes, that's going to be interesting. Different set of grids by and large.
Yep, yeah, all different to this weekend. So John Village is only the winner. Jörg Schneider second and Greg Catton third. Some of this might be adjusted behind. Lyndon Fruston fourth, Graham Wilson fifth, Richard Pryor sixth, seventh for Trevor Slatter. Simon Gallen, the supercharged winner, Greg and Thurston 9th, Sam Bayliss 10th, the pickup Austin 7, the best of Class A, Ben Bolt in 12th, Mike Whitby 13th and Luigi Bayliss. Next on our screens, Nick Hayward, Cook, James Miles, Richard Verheyden, John Moss, and we also had Tim Marl as well during the course of that race. So thanks everybody who's turned up to Brands Hatch. We hope you've enjoyed your day and not got too cold throughout. Thank you to all the Alpha Live team up here in production and all the camera operators around the circuit have given us great pictures.
They've done a wonderful job, haven't they, all weekend?
That's for sure. It's made our job easy. Brands Hatch, it's hard to know where to look at the best of times. But we've been following all the various battles, and it's great to work with you, Marcus.
And we get to drive home in nice weather. Look at that. How many times has that happened over the years? God, hundreds.
Let's hope the M25 is kind to us all.
Indeed.
So in a few moments we're here from Kieran one more time. Great to have him part of the 750 Motor Club programming. Alpha Live's coverage of 750 Motor Club will return in about 5 weeks' time at Alton Park. Part of BMW Live, so BMW Car Club races will lead the programme then. We've also got live coverage later in the month from Snetterton. If you hit subscribe on the YouTube page, you will get some notifications when the streams are set up, and that will notify you when that comes up. And all the post-race edits, full race edits, will be uploaded as well to the YouTube page in the next few weeks, and from Croft last week as well. Already on there is the races from Donington Park. So very much thank you to Marcus Pye alongside me, Joshua Barrett, and we'll head down to Kieran for one more time today at Brands Hatch.
Another historic 750 race and another dominant win from John Village. We have our top 3 finishers here, and so I'm going to jump in with John just to get his comments on that race. Let's let him get his helmet off for a second. And John, we spoke about last time you've had a bit of dominant win. You kind of done it again.
Sorry.
Is it you or the car?
Pardon?
Is it you or the car?
Well, it's got to be both.
That's not the correct answer. You say it's yourself.
Oh, no, I can't say that. I've been at it a long time on that, so I should know by now.
So it's you then?
A little bit of me, but I did make a nice little car, didn't I?
You did. Can you actually, obviously, can you talk us around this car?
Well, it's very similar to the car I built in 1974. Very similar, but having had 50 years experience now, it's a bit better. Little Coventry Climax engine, BMC gearbox, back axle, and there you have it.
And how long have you been racing it?
Oh, blimey now, is this the 4th year, I think?
4th year.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic weekend, 2 wins for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You've been very kind.
I try. It's only because I'm in front of the camera. Right, let's move on to the second place finisher. Jurek, fantastic race from you again. You had a bit of a battle on your hands this time, though.
It's been quite interesting. Lynn didn't make it easy, and then later on I had Greg on my back. He's been quite present in my rearview mirrors. But once again, John, no chance to close up the gap. But it's been very entertaining, but really enjoyed it. Very good race.
Fantastic. And what's your thoughts on the weekend as a whole?
It started very wet. I'm so glad it dried up in the evening. That was a bit horrible that morning, but I'm absolutely pleased. It's been worth the trip from Switzerland to Brands Hatch for that weekend, no doubt.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on your second place finish.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm going to finish with our third place finisher, Greg Catton. Greg, fantastic race for you. You obviously had a bit of battling to do as well to get back up into third position.
We're having a good race with Jörg out there, and made up for this morning's disaster where I went into the gravel trap.
Are you finding the dry conditions better and suit your driving style more than the wet conditions?
Much better, yeah. I'm looking forward to the summer. Yeah.
Well, it's British summer, so it still could be wet.
Well, let's hope not. Let's hope not.
Absolutely. Well, fantastic race for you, and congratulations on your podium.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Anyway, that rounds about it for Brands Hatch for 750 for this weekend as a whole. As you can see, obviously, the weather has cleared. Typical British weather that it's cleared now at the end of it. But no matter, Thank you for everybody for watching. Thank you from myself, from Josh, and from Marcus as well. Thank you from the Alpha Live team. Thank you from 750. Thank you from Brands Hatch. Thank you from all of the officials. And we'll see you again at the next one. Goodbye.